Is your voice, your vote. And right now, Board of Election officials are sifting through the results of yesterday's election.
Yeah, and it is the race for the 27th congressional seat that really has gained almost their full attention today. Republican Congressman Chris Collins beat Nate McMurray in the race for the New York's 27th congressional district by a narrow margin. And this is why McMurray is now calling for a recount. Minutes ago, both parties stepped up to the mic. And our team coverage of this race begins here in our studios with 7 Eyewitness News reporter Ed Riley. Good evening, Ed.
Well, Jeff and Ashley, he was not available to the media during his restarted campaign for Congress. But one day after he declared victory in the race for the 27th congressional district, we thought Chris Collins was finally going to have a press conference. Instead, we got a spokesperson for the Collins campaign who said the congressman had already gone back to work and was busy thanking supporters. Now, the Collins campaign is blasting Democrat Nate McMurray for demanding a recount. The spokesperson said it was unfair to voters to drag on the process, which they felt was settled on Election Day. In addition, the Collins campaign said it was misleading to the public to call for a recount because New York State does not have a recount provision. However, while this was all going on, supporters for Nate McMurray gathered outside. Here's what both sides had to say.
Congressman Collins won last night. He's going to be the congressman. A lot of people that are crying, a lot of people that are stomping their feet, a lot of people that are having temper tantrums. But the reality is voters determine the prospect of our elections, not pundits, not the press, not anybody else.
Having a recount is in the best interest of the district. We have a right to have a transparent and open election, and we want to make sure that every vote is counted.
New York 27 covers 8 western New York counties, and each one has a different procedure for counting ballots. Right now, unofficial results show Chris Collins leads Nate McMurray by about 3,000 votes. But keep in mind, there are still thousands of absentee ballots that need to be counted. The Erie County Board of Elections told us it has just under 5,000 absentee ballots for NY-27. Now, all 8 counties have to provide final vote tallies to the New York State Board of Elections by the end of the month, and the winner of this race will be certified sometime in early December. Now, this race is very close, and that's why Nate McMurray is not giving up just yet. My colleague, 7 Eyewitness News reporter Nikki Demetri is live in Hamburg, where the Democrat spoke just a short time ago. Nikki?
And the race for New York 27 is far from over. Democratic candidate Nate McMurray took to the podium just behind me here at his Hamburg headquarters, as he did last night. This time, though, to recount and to talk about his address for recount for votes. Now, it was just about 2 hours after McMurray addressed his supporters, saying he came up short, that he tweeted he wanted a recount. Now, moments ago, he backtracked on that, clarifying now that he wants to wait for the official count before taking the next steps. He says he's changed his view because he's still learning. Let's take a listen to some of what he had to say just now.
As this information continues to flow into us, we need to respond. And our response is we are going to fight for every single vote. We're going to fight for those who have not been heard, and we are going to make sure every voice is heard and every vote is counted.
Now, McMurray added that he didn't say he conceded last night, just that he came up short. He discussed how he wanted to get his supporters home after a long night. Now, you may also recall yesterday afternoon the McMurray campaign lawyers filed a motion to impound the ballots, but that request was denied. They will not be revisiting that option. And as Ed mentioned, it may take weeks to get a final count and a final tally for this New York 27. McMurray says he'll continue to fight. Live in Hamburg, Nikki Dementri, 7 Eyewitness News.
Thank you,
Back
Nikki.
to Jeff and Ashley.
Our election coverage continues right now online. You can track the results as they become official and get up to speed on what happened in the races that matter most to you. It's all at WKBW.com and our WKBW app.